What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Is the Way, Season 2, Episode 5, Episode 13 overall. My name is Kyle, your host. We got This Is the Way t-shirt, we got the Mando helmet, we got Ahsoka Tano making her debut here. We got Mando, and we got Grogu? Yeah, it's going to be Baby Yoda, no matter what. I don't care. Grogu is it. I don't hate the name, but I definitely don't love the name. But we got Baby Yoda here, so it's always going to be Baby Yoda. I don't care what they name it. It's Baby Yoda forever and always. Anyway, really strong episode here. So we had Ahsoka Tano's debut, live action debut as Rosario Dawson. She was awesome, the whole thing. Love the aesthetic of this one. It's dark, it's foggy, it's like a samurai sort of kind of showdown here. We get just like, it's like dark, and it reminds me a lot of Rogue One, where it's just different. It feels like it's that mature Star Wars story. So I loved the whole thing. Like everything just looked like shady, and like there was a deeper meaning going on there. Between them going to the village and saving like the prisoners, overthrowing the magistrate. Awesome stuff. So kind of a quick recap. Mando is trying to bring Baby Yoda back to, I forget the planet's name, but basically they're trying to find Ahsoka Tano from Bo-Katan. No, that's a place in Florida, I'm pretty sure. I forget the Mandalorian's name that he ran into, but he's trying to find Ahsoka Tano, played by Rosario Dawson, who I think is a perfect casting choice. She crushed it. She immediately felt like she belonged in this universe, and I didn't think anything of it. I have seen Clone Wars. I didn't love Clone Wars, but like, I don't know. She was I think a perfect casting for this. But basically, Mando goes in there, and this is very much like we see Ahsoka in the very beginning. She like wrecks all these soldiers here. Super cool scene where she's got like the two like white sabers, but they're shorter, so it's kind of weird. They don't use the lightsaber traditional sound Skywalker sound uses, which is interesting. But like that's cool. But she like cuts the retreat, kills some dude. She uses the Force to like throw stuff at it. Really cool stuff. Eventually, Mando goes into the village, and he talks to the magistrate, and she's like, "Hey, I have this Beskar steel like harpoon, basically like this huge, I don't even know what to call it, like a spear, I guess." And she's like, "This is yours if you can kill the Jedi." So he goes out to Ahsoka Tano. He finds her, and he's like, "I'm not going to kill you." He's like, "I'm told to bring Baby Yoda to you," which they do in the woods here. And she's like, "Oh, I can understand his thoughts." He's like, "Oh, you can understand what he's saying?" She does like a quick mind read, and she's like, "Oh, his real name is Grogu, I think it is." And he's like, "Grogu?" He's like, No, that's dumb as shit." He's like, "It's Baby Yoda, and y'all know it's Baby Yoda." But what's really cool is that she says like, "I sense a lot of fear in him." She's like, actually, we get some really cool backstory, because she's like, Baby Yoda was in Coruscant when Order 66 happened, and someone actually took him and like saved him from when like Anakin goes crazy and all the Jedi are killed for Order 66. She's like, the Jedi have fallen. She's like, there's only a few left, but she's like, someone went into the Jedi temple and like saved this child. And so that's really cool, because we find out like where Baby Yoda came from before Mando finds him, which is awesome, and probably why the Empire wants him, because they know he's powerful, and we kind of see into the fact that he did not get killed during Order 66, so he's remaining, and all that stuff is super cool. I'm not super like well versed in that, so I'm not going to speak to it, but we get a Yoda name drop in here. So we were like, is this Baby Yoda? Like, when is this taking place? Well, now we know for certain that like this is not Yoda, but she's like, I did know someone named Yoda, the only other creature like this. And I was like, oh, dude, if we get either a Baby Yoda scene, that would be amazing. I think that needs to happen if Yoda's still alive in this universe, but I think he's dead at this point when he dies in Empire, I believe, when he talks to Luke. But basically there's a fight, there's like a quick battle scene. The one character I really did not like at all in this whole episode was the grunt, or like the soldier that like he's trying to like be clever with Mando. So there's like a scene at the end where Ahsoka and the magistrate are fighting, and there's a cool action scene. We find out that like Beskar Steel is able to like defend against the Jedi lightsaber, because like when Ahsoka first attacks Mando, he just puts his arms up, which is cool. But Ahsoka takes down the magistrate, and then this guy and Mando are like outside, and he's like, "Oh, is your team gonna win or is my team gonna win?" And then he's like trying to put his gun down, but then he's like gonna pull a fast one, like Han. But Mando sees right there and he immediately shoots him. So I was like, dude, Mando saw that coming from a mile away. Also, before he goes to go see Ahsoka, that guy is like, "Oh, what is that thing?" And he points to Baby Yoda, and he's like, "Oh, it keeps me luck." And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna need it." And then that would have been a really cool, like, funny line if they just cut immediately, but they just stayed on that guy. And I'm like, oh, missed opportunity, man. Like, really awkward. Like, they hung on the shot way too long, but I'm nitpicking there. But yeah, most of this episode is in like this like forest where there's like dead trees and everything. And it's really dark and like misty and cool. So really, really cool aesthetically. The action was pretty cool. But the big thing here is like Ahsoka tells him at the end, like, hey, he's like a father to you. We find Baby Yoda does like the force pull where he loves playing that little like knob on the shifter or whatever on Mando's ship. And so Baby Yoda like brings it to him really quickly. But Ahsoka's like, look, I can't train him. Like, there's too much fear. I've seen that go on the bad side. She's like, I've seen the best of us turn into monsters. And she's talking about Anakin. So she's like, I can't train Baby Yoda because he's going to become like another Darth Vader, basically. She's like, you need to just let his powers go. So that's interesting because she lets him go with Mando at the end. But she says, go to see like Thoran or something, and there's another planet they gotta go to, but she's like, go to the first Jedi temple, put him at like the tallest stone, and then like he gets to decide his fate, and that's gonna be super, super cool. So that stuff is all awesome. Again, you guys know these are kind of quick recaps. I'm not gonna spend too much time, but man, season 2, it feels like a whole different show. It's really like, it's so much better than season 1. Every episode I feel like is building, and now there's like so many different pathways that the show might take. Between like Boba Fett, which we originally saw. I hope that guy comes back from that episode where he was wearing Boba's armor originally. That guy was really charismatic, so he'd be cool. Ahsoka, I gotta imagine she's probably gonna come back at some point. I can't imagine that's her only appearance in the show. But like this really opens the door for like bigger characters. Like, are we gonna get a Luke? Are we gonna get like a Leia? Are we gonna get a Han? Like, there's so many like options and branches that this is spreading out to now, where it's like super cool because it's really branching between when the First Order was created and like after Return of the Jedi. And so again, that's like the most interesting space in Star Wars because it's like unknown, and so they have a lot of stuff to build for here. And like I said, I think a couple episodes ago or last episode I said like maybe we'll get like a General Hux who's like starting up in the Order before we see him as like I think he's a general in Force Awakens. So all really cool stuff. Are we gonna get like even like a Rey introduction or like a Poe or Finn cameo? I don't know. That would be asking a lot, but just any connection to that universe or to that storyline would be awesome. This is gonna tie into the sequel trilogy, so I think that would actually make the sequel trilogy better in retrospect, similar to like a Rogue One did for New Hope too. So that would be really cool. But super, super excited to see where the season's going. This one is a 9.6 for me. This is a really, really, really good episode. I love the aesthetic, like I said. The action scenes, they weren't great, but they were cool enough. I like the bond that Mando kind of built with that one like villager who kept looking at him, and then he's like saves him at the end. He's like, behind you, and Mando's like, dude, I shot that guy before you even knew he was behind me. But yeah, awesome aesthetically. Everything was so dark, and it just looked awesome and like ominous and looming. And Ahsoka looked incredible. They did an amazing job. Rosario Dawson is such a great actress, and she didn't have to do too much in this one, but they did an awesome job with her costume, and everything just fit. And it was just a good episode. It kept everything going along. I just really liked it. It was a good like detour episode, but it still kept him going on the right path. And now we got other places to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So that is my review of officially Chapter 13, Season 2, Episode 5 of The Mandalorian. This has been my review show, This Is The Way. I've been your host, Kyle. We got Project Potter hat, which you probably can't see from here, but we were rocking that Project Potter hat Go check out the other content on the channel. We got a whole bunch of other stuff. Go check out the other episodes of This Is the Way. Like, comment, please subscribe if you can. We've seen those subscription numbers go up a little bit lately, so that's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support. Season 2 is chugging along, and we're gonna have episode 6 next Friday. So until next time, guys, this is the way.